Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Midwest Buzz. I'm JC.
And I'm Olivia.
And it is Christmas season!
Fully in the Christmas spirit over here.
Yes. Hey, we're kind of like Christmassy colors.
Oh,
Cream
yeah.
and green.
I put this green on
favorite.
and I was like, this does not go with our set.
I mean,
But-
pinks and greens aren't terrible together.
Yeah.
I like it.
I mean, like, flowers have green stems and pink flowers,
Yeah.
so, you know.
Yeah, it's all good.
My mouth is so dry, so I need to drink some water.
Do some gulping. I was listening to our ASMR from last week.
Do you guys want us to do a full ASMR episode?
Please leave us a review if you'd like full ASMR. No, did you do anything fun this weekend?
Yes. The weekend that is before we record this, yes. We went to the Parade of Lights. We went to the open house at our local museum, which that museum is so fun.
I feel like it's a little underrated. I mean, especially
Yeah.
if you have kids. Maybe as an adult, I don't frequently do
Right.
it too much. But
we went when my brother and his kids were here, and we took my grandma, and she loved it because she loves like reading all those things and
like
stuff.
all the history and
Yeah.
stuff.
But they change it with the different seasons. So like for Christmas, they had a bunch of history on the different houses in Aberdeen.
Oh, that's cool.
And that's so cool because sometimes I drive by houses, I'm like, oh my gosh, just imagine that in its prime.
Yeah.
Like there's so many houses that are run down.
Oh,
and-
down in like the historic district.
Yeah.
Kind of where I used to live, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. Like, I'm
Yes.
sure they were beautiful.
Some
in
of
the day.
those are really well taken care of, but like the one on 6th that has the tacky Christmas decorations.
Oh,
are
yeah.
anytime.
It's like an apartment complex or
It
something.
would be so cool if someone redid that, restored it to how it should be, and made it like a B&B.
That'd be so cool.
But
Minus it being right on 6th Avenue. But yes, I agree.
But if it was like, you know, a bed and breakfast, like a hotel kind
Yeah,
of deal,
that's true.
it might not be so.
That'd be fun.
But anyways, it was very cute. I like it. Also, fun fact, my brother-in-law is in the museum. He's one of the models. He's milking a cow, Noah.
Really?
Yeah, the vegan milking a cow.
That's funny.
It was funny. So we pointed it out to Grant. We said, that's your Uncle Noah.
Oh my gosh, funny.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I suppose they have like people in the
Yeah.
I like the like wildlife exhibit where they have
Yeah.
they painted the mural around like the mount. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Um
So that's what we did this
Yeah,
weekend.
that's
Also,
fun.
by the time you listen to this, the vlog will be out, so you guys can go and watch us do those things if you want.
perfect.
Yes.
I went pheasant hunting, big shock.
It is cold.
And it was so cold. It was actually not fun at all. Like, we've had such nice days for hunting,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, oh, this is gross. Like, this is what hunting is usually like.
Yeah.
And I've been spoiled as of late. But then, like, last week I made lefse with my mom.
Oh, yeah, it's
and,
nice to have that one.
grandma and sister-in-law. And then I made cookies with my other grandma.
Super
all the
fun.
festive little
yeah.
things. Which I know that's kind of what we're going to be talking about today, but...
Well, what do you do with lefse? Like, how do you eat it? Is it like bread at a mill, or?
It's kind of like a tortilla, you know? Like
Okay.
a very, very skinny tortilla. But you put butter on it, and then you put sugar on it, and then you roll it up.
Okay, maybe I think maybe you told me that before.
Yeah. You can do it whatever you want with it. Sometimes I put peanut butter and honey on them.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I mean, you can make it however you want. The traditional Norwegian way is just butter and sugar, though.
Okay. So it's more like a dessert kind of deal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Fun.
It's good. I like it.
Yeah.
I like potatoes of all shapes and sizes, so lefse is right up my alley.
She's a potato girl.
I'm a true little Norwegian girl. Actually, I don't know. I know we've said this before. I would like to actually see, like, have my DNA sent
Yeah.
in and see what I have.
It sounds funny.
It is. It's my DNA.
I know.
That's how they pull it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It just sounds weird.
Yeah. Sending it in. Because I know I have a lot of German in me.
Yeah.
Blonde hair, blue eyes.
That and you're from the Dakotas.
Yeah, that's very true. But yeah, I also have like Norwegian, some French.
Mm.
I don't know, it'd be cool to see.
Yeah.
Anywho's.
I know. Both, like, my grandpa had it done, and then my grandma on my mom's side has had it done, so it's kind of have like an idea.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, I feel like for the sake of our podcast listeners, I'll ask this question. We need a drink update.
Oh, yeah. So I did it a whole week. I missed one day. I missed doing it on Sunday. Just like, I don't know.
Busy
I feel like Sunday is just not, it's a day that's different. Like you're going to church and you're not just like focusing on your like normal routine. And I forgot to make it. But I've been drinking it. I like it. It definitely curbs hunger. I've forgotten to eat lunch quite a few times. And I don't know if that's actually healthy.
No. I mean, it depends on if you still get your calories in.
Right, but even like last night, I had made like mashed potato and meatball bowls at Kohl's, and yeah, bowls at Kohl's, and I like couldn't eat all of my food. Like I was so full, and I was like, oh, maybe my stomach is shrinking.
Shrinks your
That's
stomach.
the goal.
Shrink, drink.
All the rhymes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I like it.
Yeah.
I think I've kind of gotten used to the taste too.
Yeah.
Because Johnny was hunting with me and my cup was like sitting in Cole's pickup holder and he grabbed it thinking it was water. Like in my family there's no like people share everything. And he just like grabs it and goes and all of a sudden his face he's like, oh, he's like, why is it spicy? Just kidding. He didn't actually say why is it spicy, but he's like, what is that? And I was like,
Not
it's
water.
a skinny drink. Not all water.
That's funny.
He's like, I think I taste the cayenne. It's so hot.
Yeah, that would be a shock if you were expecting water.
Especially like our lungs were on fire from
being
like
cold.
on these walks because it's just like cold wind going
Plus
in.
you're
You're like, I had 12,000 steps on Saturday.
Dang, it's a good workout.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, hunting is a good workout when you're going through like terrain.
Yeah. And then like I worked out with Olivia yesterday and my like arms like right here. Oh, I was even doing the girliest of girly push-ups and I still am in pain.
It's good. It's good getting back into it.
Yes.
I still get sore very easily. Also, speaking of drinks, I sent JC a reel last night of a drink. I was like, I'd try this one with you.
Yeah, I ordered I think I told you that. I ordered all the stuff for it.
Yeah.
I had already been ordering that tart cherry juice and drinking it. It's supposed to be really good for women's health.
Yeah.
So I know I already like that.
Yeah.
And the magnesium stuff, I just got like a raspberry lemon flavor, I think.
Nice.
And then I just got the Waterloo because they were using Olipop's in it.
Yeah.
And I was like, those have a lot of sugar in them.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, because they're a pop
substitute.
Yeah, they still have sugar. They're just not as bad for you as pop.
Yeah, because they're prebiotic drink or whatever.
So I just did like a Waterloo. I think I got the black
water.
cherry one, so I figured that would go good with the cherry. So then we can make them.
Nice.
It's like a magnesium nightcap. It's a mocktail.
Yes, which I like.
But yeah, because we're all magnesium deficient, as I said last week.
I was trying to do the Celtic or Celtic salt, however you say it, like drink before bed because that's magnesium.
Oh yeah,
in that form of salt, and I couldn't do it. Adam could do it, but
I
did
love
it
salt
once.
water, as you know.
It's like gross. I cannot. I don't know why I'm such a baby about that kind of stuff.
Nah.
I should have just done it, but
Brooke can't drink my drink. I'll call her out. She's like, oh, that's terrible.
Speaking of Brooke, you said you had something to talk about on the podcast, and you said you were with Brooke at Dunn Brothers.
Oh, yeah. I was done dirty this morning at Dunn Bros. Terrible. So I ordered a eggnog latte, half eggnog, half almond milk, because they're just way too eggnoggy.
Mm-hmm.
And so and I know I said iced, but the guy who was taking the order was like incompetent, and like he even like rung up Brooks wrong, and the lady came over and fixed it for him and whatever. So she brings out my drink and it was hot. And I was like, I really wanted iced. So I was like, I'm pretty sure I ordered an iced, and she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I'll go fix that. Comes back, she dumped the hot one into ice. It was lukewarm
and watered
with
down.
ice cubes floating around in it, watered down and gross.
Ugh.
And I was like, never should you take a hot latte and dump it in ice.
No.
Terrible. The milk had already been frothed and steamed. It was so gross. I didn't even drink I maybe drank a third of it.
That's such a bummer because those things are not cheap.
No, it was disgusting. And I was like, that's it. I'm done with Dunn Bros.
Yeah, done.
They
Bros.
have just consistently messed up orders. It's never good. Even just sitting, we went inside and sat in there, and the amount of people that would go back to the counter and be like, this isn't right, or this was wrong, and I'm like, my God.
Are they, staff turnover must not be good or something?
I don't know. I feel bad because I'll be the first to say, like, I guess I have a job that customer service is important.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the customer is always right, and I will go out of my way to make things right for my clients. But, like, gosh, it just I don't know.
Yeah.
Coffee shops in general are struggling right now.
Yeah, seriously.
I guess moral of the story, I just drank it and smiled. I didn't say anything, but, like, have some grace for your coffee shop workers, because I'm sure it cannot be fun this time of year.
That's true.
But also, just do better.
Yes.
That's the end of my rant.
She could go on another rant about Caribou not having
just go watch my TikTok for that one.
Yes, if you have TikTok. I had to make notes about what I wanted to talk about so that I didn't forget. Oh, this is so random. But I every year, this is one of my favorite traditions that I'm sure I've talked about before, but we would get Christmas pajamas on Christmas Eve.
Oh, yeah.
So I just have mine from the years that Mom would get them for us.
Mm-hmm.
And usually I bring them out every year and wear them. None of them fit this year. And not the way you would think, because I just had a baby.
I know where it is.
Length.
Oh, I thought you were going to say boobs.
No, the shirts are fine, but
oh,
I mostly just keep the pants. Sometimes
did you
the shirts.
grow?
No, here's what I think it is. Well, okay, first of all, my first thought, and I told Adam this, I was kind of embarrassing, anyways, I was the attic room that we keep them in, I was could it have shrunk in there from it being cold and hot or something? And then, no. No, what happened was I have a bigger booty and bigger hips. Therefore, makes them shorter.
And do you think that we wear things so high-waisted
I don't know, I'm
compared
wearing
to
them
where
around
we
my
usually
hips.
did?
Because they're hip ones. So I was just putting them there and they're just a good bit shorter.
Oh.
So, anyways, I'm getting rid of the only ones that still fit me lengthwise are my ones from last year.
Huh.
So I'll keep those.
Booty gains. Can't complain. Must be nice.
The hips I'm not super happy about. That's from Grant.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I wouldn't think about that.
Just a little weird.
Yeah.
I got a new phone.
Ooh, I do really like your case.
Now I'm up to date. My camera's really nice.
She can take the best content.
Yes, so follow me. I'm vlogging again,
What
I mentioned already.
Follow me.
It's kind of creepy.
You're gonna get so many followers from that. No, but for real, go follow her so you can watch her vlogs of little Granty Poo.
Yes. So then I can make money.
Yeah, Grant made you money on your sleep sacks, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Dreamland baby. We actually do really love them, so it's great that I can make money from something I love.
Yeah. Should I tell him about? So every week when we podcast, Grant usually wakes up at the end of the podcast. We have it timed for his nap, and I'll usually go wake him up. Or if he's awake, I'll not wake him up. But he's awake, I'll go get him out of his bed. And last week Olivia came up with me, and I picked him up, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, kid, you are really getting heavy." And I was like, dang. And Olivia's like, well, JC, he still has his weighted sleep sack on. And I was like, yes, that would make sense.
Yeah, so then I took it off and handed it back to her. And she was like, oh, yeah, that feels all right.
Oh, that feels normal again. Oh, my goodness. Just gains 15 pounds in his sleep. How much are they? How much would you think they weigh? Not that much, but
no.
Maybe 5, 10?
Not 10. For sure.
That might suffocate him.
Yeah, it's not very much.
Interesting.
2, 3.
Enough weight that it was noticeable.
Because it's distributed, so it's not like it's pressing on them.
Right.
I don't know. I'm sure it says it on their site. I just have not paid attention.
Interesting.
Yes. All right. Well, should we get into today's episode, or did you have something else?
No. I think we can just because we can answer the questions as we're going to.
Yes.
So we polled you guys on Instagram and Facebook, which I will throw myself under the bus for this. I kind of forgot that we had a Facebook page, or a group. So if you want to be on the Midwest Buzz Facebook group, I will start posting on there more often.
Yes, we did forget
and
about
it had been a hot minute since I had posted on there.
Yeah.
Since either of us had posted on there.
I was like, We should post on the Facebook. I was like, do we have a Facebook? She said, good question.
Good question.
We
Let
do.
me go look. We
do.
do. We in fact do. It's a group, so you have to just be added to it.
Yeah.
Or I think you can request to be added and we'll accept you.
Yes.
Okay, so we asked you guys what are some of your favorite Christmas traditions? I feel like we've talked about kind of some of ours, like you had the pajamas, or like I always do like a Christmas Eve like chili night with like whatever family is around, and like oyster stew. We don't do the oyster stew anymore, but I remember my great grandma used to always do that.
That's funny.
Okay, how about I'll just read all of these and you can read the next one.
Sounds good.
Okay, so for favorite family or Christmas traditions, people said putting up the tree with family.
Love it.
Very fun. And someone said my grandpa's wassail he makes. Do you know what that is? Wassail. It's a hot drink. Oh, she explains. It's a hot drink with spices and brandy. He makes a big batch in the crock pot.
Oh.
It kind of sounds like Tom and Jerry's, but Tom and Jerry's are brandy and spices, but then they have like that batter.
Oh, yeah, like creamy.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yeah.
I might have to go see what that is. I always loved going to the Christmas Eve candlelight service with my family and then going home and opening some gifts together. We would always do that. Like, we could open one gift as kids on Christmas Eve.
We just had, like, our pajamas.
Oh,
Sometimes
yeah.
we would do our cousin exchange that day. But our cousins used to open all of their gifts on Christmas Eve.
Oh, and then you felt real left out?
Well, we wouldn't be with them.
Oh, okay.
And then just do stockings on Christmas morning. But I remember thinking, that's so wrong.
Oh, I can't believe I get to do that. That's funny. Matching PJs are my favorite for Christmas. Another favorite is that we always did Christmas Eve buffet-style dinner with just a bunch of finger food, and I love that. I'm going to say that that's one of your siblings.
I wonder. Unless someone just does the exact same thing that we do.
Someone is living Olivia's life.
7 other people.
Someone says, every year my wife buys us matching PJs. The kids wear them all year long and love them. It's a tradition that my mom passed down through me. I think a lot of people do that. Like, I know, like, a lot of grandmas will, like, buy all of their grandkids, like, matching pajamas for the year and stuff. Yeah. I think it's cute.
Wait, so a guy wrote that one in?
Mm-hmm.
That's gotta be one of my siblings, too.
Maybe a brother?
Yeah. Well, yes.
Yeah. Well, yeah, duh. Okay, never mind. Erase that. Someone said cutting down our tree.
Oh, fun. I can't do a real tree. But I love it, the idea of it.
And then someone said stockings, baking and decorating Christmas cookies, and Christmas breakfast. Ooh, I do love a good Christmas breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I had found, or I saw this like funny little story about cutting down Christmas trees. And it says, some of my favorite childhood memories involve our family's annual trips to a local Christmas tree farm. Although we have an artificial tree at our house now, my children are still able to partake in the tradition by accompanying my parents when they cut down their tree. When I announced that we would be helping them pick a tree the following weekend, I expected Ethan, my 6-year-old, to be excited about the outgoing. Instead, he furrowed his brow puzzled and said, "What did they do with the one we picked out last year?"
They die.
Kids. Yeah, it's dead. I have seen where people, every year, people who have, like, real trees slice, like, a little bit of the stump off and then put the year and then, like,
that's very cute.
That is so cute.
Yeah, if you do that.
If I did a real tree, which I like real trees, my mom, I think this might be the first year she's doing artificial, and my brother's mad at her.
Johnny.
No, Drew. Drew's, like, big into real trees. His own wife and him don't have real trees, but I think he, like, loves them my mom always did.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I know.
Yeah, I love the idea of real trees. You know, it's very Hallmark movie-esque, going to and chopping down or whatever, but just economically, for me. Also, the upkeep.
I think it depends on if you're going out and buying an expensive one or if you can literally
chop
go
it down
to
on your land.
Like a tree farm, it's cheaper if you cut them yourself, you know, all that stuff. But yeah, because the smell is pretty, but man, they shed so much. Like, I remember my mom has to vacuum like every day, all the pine needles.
You have to remember to water it and stuff.
Yeah. Also, did I bring this up last time that the amount of home fires because of Christmas trees?
No. Well, maybe the last time we
There's
talked about
like 120. I should look up this stat. Go read the next one and I'll look up my stats. Okay. I had 2 things. Also, I had 2 fun facts for the day. I'll find the stat on the fires, but
Yes.
only, so it was like, what, 10% of gift cards will never be spent.
Yeah.
And like retailers this time of year love selling gift cards because there's a huge percentage of them that will never be used.
Yeah, they'll never be turned in.
And so it's just like money in the bank for them that they never have to basically sell anything for.
Also, on that topic, I saw a video the other day where someone was talking about be careful when purchasing gift cards, especially the ones that like they just like scan a barcode and the gift card's inside like the cardboard or whatever.
Oh, yep.
Because people are going in and taking the gift cards out. So all that has to be loaded is for that barcode to be scanned, and then they have a loaded gift card if you don't check. Anyway, so check your gift cards because
to make sure that it's in there.
Yeah.
That's
also on the tree thing.
Oh yeah, go.
It makes me think of Friends when Phoebe finds out about what happens to the trees that aren't pretty enough and they get shredded, and then she tries to sell all the ugly trees. Anyways,
I forgot about that.
Okay, so the next question we asked was, what was the best or worst gift you ever received? Do you have that stat yet?
It says firefighters respond to roughly 200 Christmas tree fires per year.
Wow, that seems like a lot.
Yeah. So water your trees if you have real ones.
And
don't let them get dry.
Produce heat.
Yes.
Okay. Someone said the worst gift they ever received was a bottle of used lotion. Okay, confession time. When I was younger and we would do like white elephants and stuff, which to be fair, white elephants are supposed to, I would take like a Bath and Body Works lotion that I already had and just like shake it so it looked full.
Stop it!
And then it's mega.
I think it depends on like what type of white elephant you're doing.
Yeah.
Like if you know it's one where people are gonna bring like nice gifts, but if it's just like a dumb one, that's funny.
Okay, best gift, going to Hawaii for Christmas. Worst gift, they couldn't think of anything. So, I mean, Hawaii, that's
I wonder if that's my sister. Because my mom gave us a Hawaii trip. Like 4 years ago, we were in Hawaii right now.
Oh,
and it was like our Christmas trip.
That's super fun.
Because that was a really fun trip.
Okay, my family did a nice adult gift exchange one year, and my aunt let her 11-year-old daughter participate for some reason. I ended up getting her gift, and it was literally just 12 boxes of Sour Patch Kids. Everyone else was getting fancy gifts like blankets or kitchen items. I still can't enjoy Sour Patch Kids because I ate way too many of them last year. Oh my gosh. That would be very disappointing, honestly.
Just a little salty. Or sweet. Or sour.
Okay. It's not a best or worst, but it's absolutely the most funny, memorable gift I've ever received. I have a brother who is 15 years younger than me. He used his Wednesday night church points to buy everyone in the family gifts. Well, I was 20 years old, and my college boyfriend came to family Christmas. My brother, who was 5 at the time, bought me a picture frame, but it said 10 little fingers and 10 little toes on it. It was a picture frame for a baby. To this day, we all joke about it. I wish I would have kept the picture frame to use it as an announcement for my future baby to my family. Side note, I am not with that boyfriend anymore, but we still run in the same circle, and my fiance and him always get a good laugh out of it. That's funny.
That is so funny. Yes, this 5-year-old probably had like no idea.
No, they're just like, here's a picture frame.
Oh, picture frame.
That's really cute. Also sweet that he got everybody gifts with his points.
Cute. Is there more?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
No, you're fine. I don't think I have a worse gift, but my husband proposed to me in December, and that was a pretty great and surprising gift. A big one from my childhood was a big singing stuffed horse. Another one was a Razor scooter. I thought that thing was super cool when I was 9.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah. Also, okay, I'm going to guess that this is my sister. If not, Lindy also got a giant singing horse one year, and I remember.
Stop!
I'm pretty sure it's her because she got engaged near Christmas.
Many people are getting giant singing horses.
Well, okay, so it was funny because my cousin Mariah and I saw it, and like my dad had a workshop in the basement, like hidden away, whatever, and we found it in there, and Mariah was like, "You're getting this for Christmas?" And it was like one you could sit on, like that kind of big horse. And I was like, "Yes." because we were horse girls, whatever.
Yes.
And so we sat on it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm getting this for Christmas. Come Christmas morning, it's at Lindy's stocking. I'm like, that makes more sense.
I was robbed.
But it's saying home on the range.
Oh my gosh.
And then it made horse sounds.
Did it go like...
Yes. Mm-hmm. And then it went,
wow,
yay!
Stop. We just turned this into the worst ASMR episode ever.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, someone said, worse, a surgically repaired femur on Christmas Eve. Not really a gift, though, since I ended up with $35,000 fixed Wing Air ambulance bill from Southern California to a hospital in Denver. Oof.
Oh my gosh.
Yikes.
That would be no bueno.
That's horrible.
Sheesh.
I wonder if that was like a skiing accident or something.
Ugh, my femur hurts.
That's like the most painful bone to break.
Ugh.
They say it's worse than child labor pains. Someone said a massage is the best gift they've ever received.
Ooh,
I love that. And then someone said a hand-drawn picture of my son.
Oh, that's
very
sweet. I do like those kind of like little customized gifts.
Thoughtful.
They're always sweet.
I like
Besides you not getting the singing horse, did you have any super memorable gifts?
I feel like maybe I've talked about it on before, but there was what we refer to as the eBay Christmas, where I got a GameCube, an iPod, and I got a DVD player because I need to be able to play the GameCube. But my mom discovered eBay that Christmas, and so she got like things really cheap and obviously used. So yeah, that was that was really fun. Christmas.
I
also got a camcorder from my grandparents that Christmas, so it was like the electronic Christmas for me.
Wow. And this is where her tech career started.
Yes.
I know my mom got me, like, I think I was probably 15, 16 when my mom, and so, like, I wanted this camera so bad. And it was like my mom and my grandma went in on it and got me my little Canon power shoot. The one that I still, like, use for stuff. That was like, oh my gosh, I was so cool.
I wish I had kept my camcorder because that's coming back in now, too.
Absolutely. I was just like creeping Christmas blogs. I read this one. I thought it was so funny. It says, the meaning of Christmas. It says, sorting out how Santa fits in with the religious meaning of Christmas can be confusing for kids. This was evident by my 2-year-old daughter, Josie, as she pretended to read from a book and said, then Santa forgave them their trespasses. I don't know why I think it's so funny.
That's hilarious.
Can you see this little 2-year-old?
Confusing for kids.
They're like, where does this fit in? Well, it doesn't, actually.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Santa was not in the Bible, contrary to public...
He does not forgive trespasses.
He gives you coal, though.
Yeah. You're naughty.
Yes. Okay, so the next thing we asked you guys were if you had any crazy traveling stories from the holidays. Someone said, my husband was supposed to be flying into Watertown, South Dakota for Christmas break. He had accidentally booked a flight into Watertown, New York. We know who this is. And she goes, if you didn't know who this was before, now you do know. We won't even throw that person under the bus, but we know who it was. Mm-hmm. And that would be terrifying. Booking the wrong flights.
That's like a nightmare.
I am so careful anytime I book stuff. Like, I will, like, triple check it, like, 5 times, send it to someone and be like, does this look right? Like,
yeah. Even just, like, I have to make sure I'm at the right gate. Once it's like, is this my gate? Is this still the, I don't know. I'm so paranoid.
Well, and normally they're good, but where was I coming home from last year? And they switched my gate on me, like, 20 minutes before boarding. And I was like, if the app wouldn't have told me, I would have just been sitting there playing... Well, I wasn't playing Monopoly Go, but I probably was just, like, playing something or just scrolling Instagram. Like, I wouldn't have looked up at the actual, like, thing to see that the gate had changed.
Yeah.
Okay, someone says, last year we were driving out to the lake house on Mina, and it was very snowy, and we got stuck in a snowdrift. So the guys tried to push us out and do all the things, but that did not work. I was pregnant, so I wasn't about to help. So we just ended up walking to the house, and then the guys shoveled it out the next day. The amount of times I've, like, gotten myself stuck.
Yeah.
Terrible.
It's so bad. I also, like, last year we had a lot more snow.
Oh, yeah.
At this time.
We had so much snow.
We have no snow currently. And, yeah, it was a lot. And also, at, like, Mina and stuff, they don't get plowed as much.
No, and it drifts so bad.
Yeah.
Because the wind just blows across the lake like that.
Also, if I was pregnant, I wouldn't have helped either. I don't shovel.
No. I'd have called my dad and been like, bring a tractor, SOS. My dad always gets mad at me because he's like, you don't have a coat and boots and like stuff like that in your car. I'm like, it's because I have a cell phone and I'll call someone.
What if you don't have service?
That doesn't go over well.
Yeah. Adam has stocked up my car.
Yeah. Good job, Adam. Okay, someone says, this is a crazy story. On New Year's Eve, I broke out a cookie laced with weed. Split it with one brother and a brother-in-law. It was a very, very good time for about 3 hours, and then it was not good at all. I ended up in the bathroom puking my guts out. Moral of the story, kids, don't do drugs.
Oh my gosh.
I don't judge. If you want to have a fun little edible with your family during Christmas to get you through the holidays, fine. But at least know that it's a safe one that you have maybe tried before.
Also, if you have never tried it before, maybe not do it over the holidays.
No. That sounds like the time that I did a 5-day juice cleanse right before Thanksgiving and then overdosed on turkey and stuffing. Ugh. Not well for the digestive tract, turns out.
Not a good idea. Who would have thunk?
Yeah. Okay, do you want to read the last two?
Sure. Okay. I borrowed my sister's car to drive to the airport in Sioux Falls. Gas mileage. All was fine on the way there, but when I got back, it wouldn't go over 35 miles per hour. I had to get it towed to a shop, but then I was stuck in Sioux Falls without a ride. As Providence would have it, my pastor and his wife were pulling into town because their daughter was having a dental procedure done that next day. They picked me up, let me stay in their hotel room with them, and drove me home the next day. Ironically, no one could find anything wrong fixable on the car, but my sister sold it at a discount anyway. I've never asked to borrow her car again at Christmas. I'm so sorry. I'm stuck on the part that you stayed in the hotel room with your pastor as well.
Hey, economics, bro.
Yeah, that worked out great.
She could have been young, too.
I guess.
Old
enough to drive, though.
I don't usually ever, think about, there was your one time. I usually don't think about, what would happen if my car didn't start? Or I get a flat tire on the way to Sioux Falls. Because I fly out of Sioux Falls a fair amount, and it's never happened, but I'm let me find
one. I mean, this is, yeah.
Now that I believe in that, just in case. That would be so terrible if you, had car troubles and missed your flight.
Yeah.
I would.
At least this was her coming, I guess, when she was coming back.
True.
But still.
Well, my car battery was bad last year, and I was, waiting to fix it, which was stupid. Don't wait to fix things if you know that it's a problem. Mm-hmm. And I was in Arizona for 10 days. I got back to Sioux Falls Airport. My car is covered in snow. I was shocked that I even made it out of the, parking spot I was in because the plows had gone and just piled snow up behind your vehicle.
That's such a pet peeve.
I know. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm just going to be, it was 0 degrees out. It was so cold.
Ooh.
And I was like, my car, the auto start didn't start. And I was like, oh no, this is a bad sign. And so I got up to my car and thank goodness, I think God made it start because there's no way that my car should have started after sitting for 10 days in negative temperatures. Yeah, that was, again, should have gotten a new battery, but I'm stubborn.
That reminds me of when we came back from Florida and it was all icy and cold and just it's not fun to fly back into cold after being in warm.
Never.
So.
Not fun.
Okay, here's the last one. We were traveling to Massachusetts to see family and my husband wanted to bring his snowboard so he could go snowboarding. The thing was, we were stopping in Atlanta first for a wedding, so we took the thing on the train to the airport, picked it up in Atlanta, had to get an Uber big enough for the board to the Airbnb for the weekend, then back to the airport to fly to Massachusetts. When we got to Massachusetts, we find out that it's an awful ski year. They weren't getting any snow, so we traveled with this huge snowboard for nothing.
That would be terrible. I always see people traveling with golf clubs, to go down to Arizona, and I'm like, that just seems like so much work.
I mean, you check it, so it's but then,
True. But like lugging it like
lugging it,
to and from, and yeah,
that would be.
And snowboards aren't small.
No, that's a big.
Can you imagine being like, yeah, I need an Uber XL because I have a snowboard?
Ugh. Do you remember when we got the Uber to the airport and Lauren ordered or was like, we need a bigger one because we all have big bags.
Oh yeah.
And it came and he was like, we can fit them. We shoved them in the back. You guys were all like,
yeah, we had them like on our laps and just like wedged.
You guys let me sit in the front because I was pregnant.
Yes, special treatment.
I was, 18 weeks pregnant.
Well, and you have the longest legs of the group, so pregnant and the tallest, you get the front.
Yeah, but anyways.
I was like, I'm short, I'll sit in the back.
Yeah, if you have a lot of luggage, make sure you're actually getting an Uber XL, and it's not someone that's just like, I can probably fit it.
Oh yeah, I could be an XL.
Anyways.
Not an XL. But yeah, so no, that was, I don't know if I have any like actual, like, I know one time my grandpa had rented out a bunch of like, I don't know, they were like condo suites at this resort up in Minnesota, and we were spending, so my mom's whole side of the family was out there for Christmas. And it was like the worst snowstorm ever. You could not see, like, zero visibility.
Oh, wow.
We were driving out there, like, icy roads, nothing. And I don't get worked up when people are driving through stuff, because I'm like, you know what? Tense bodies don't do well when they hit impact on things. My thought is, if you're sleeping, it's fine. I couldn't even sleep through it. It was actually, like, kind of scary for me.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, oh my gosh, I just want to get there and not be
horrible.
in a car right now.
Yeah.
And that's terrifying. A lot for me, because like I have like family members and friends who get very worked up in cars, and I'm like, you're fine, it'll all be fine, say a prayer, get over it, it's fine. But no.
Like, what do you do by worrying? I'm one of those people, but it's like, I know, I get it.
I saw a quote the other day, and it was like, how about you pray about it as much as you worry about it? And I was like, dang, that would probably help a lot.
Yeah. In my Bible reading today, it was Luke 12, and that's the chapter where he talks about, like, don't be anxious in anything. Like, you don't add a single hour to your life by being anxious. And that's a good reminder for me. That would be terrifying. I always hate driving. I am that person.
Yeah, you would have not. And I get it. Like, some people are prone to, like, I get more worked up about other things. Yeah. Like, but cars are just usually not. Cars and planes are not usually one of the things I get worried about.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that was creepy.
Speaking of cars and planes, I'll share one of Adam's holiday travel stories. When he was still in college and playing for the basketball team, they went, and it was his first flight too. They went to Utah to play a team there, just for, like, I don't know, scrimmage, whatever. And they got to also go to a Utah Jazz game. So on their way back, they're coming back on the 23rd of December, and they get, like, stuck in Denver for a while because of snow. And then when they finally, and they're stuck on, like, a small plane because it's going from Denver to Watertown.
Yeah,
I think.
That's like a small flight. Yeah.
And
Watertown, South Dakota.
It's a very small plane, and a bunch of 6-foot plus basketball players on it, and
big old boys.
And they were stuck on the tarmac for like 3 hours. And so I was just like, oh my gosh, that sounds so uncomfortable. So they finally take off, and it's horrible turbulence. Adam's never flown before, so he's just kind of like, whatever. But so many people are, like, nervous on the plane. They have, like, some of the basketball players, like, are freaking out. But,
bringing the puke bags out.
So then they land in Watertown, and it's horrible weather here, too. Like, snowdrifts all on the highway. And so they have their bus, and their some boys went home flew somewhere else or whatever. But the ones that were coming back to South Dakota, just like, we can make it, let's drive. And Adam said there was this huge snowdrift, and that their assistant coach was driving, and they were like, just plow through it, Coach Kim, you can do it. Said that they were all up, like, come on. And so he just goes, and the bus, he said, goes sideways, and then back, and then just off, and they're all like, wah!
Saving grace that there was probably 10 boys in that bus over 250. Yeah. Because they had enough weight in it to probably keep it down. If that bus would have been empty, it would have just been like, shoom, into the ditch.
Yeah. But they made it back early on Christmas Eve.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I remember Adam texted me during all of that. We were just dating at the time. But
yeah. You were like, please get home alive.
Meanwhile, I was in Texas where it was warm.
Oh, just kidding. You're like, I'm not even here to make sure you're okay.
Yeah.
We have one of our brides and grooms are flying out on Christmas Eve for Jamaica for their honeymoon.
They are?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
I'm jealous.
That's
I asked if they wanted me to go along and take photos, but for some reason, denied.
So they're not spending their first Christmas with
Which I was
good
like,
for
you know
them.
what, that's kind of cool. Like,
Yeah.
I do think that when you get married, like, you kind of have to make your own traditions as a family.
When do you know when they're coming back? Because like flying on Christmas Eve probably is.
I think they're coming back.
It's either a crazy travel
Like
day or
right
a very chill travel
before,
day.
right before New Year's Eve.
I was gonna say if they traveled on like New Year's Eve, that'd probably be a very chill travel day.
I think so because they're there for like a week. So wouldn't that
Yeah.
put you right before Christmas Eve?
Or New Year's Eve, yes.
Or sorry, New Year's Eve. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not sure. Christmas Eve might be a crazy travel day because everyone's like getting in,
Mm-hmm.
but it might not as well. I don't know.
Yeah.
Travel days it seems like.
I feel like it might be chill.
Yeah.
And the nice thing is like they don't have, you know, like they're gonna get there, but it's not like a time crunch
Yeah.
or
Mhm.
anything, or like
Yeah.
we have connecting flights to make sure we make it to.
Yeah, or like we've got
XYZ.
this family event we have to get to. Or
Right.
whatever.
Yeah.
Well, fun.
Yes, jelly, but good for them. I'm excited
Yes,
to see the
yes.
pics.
And it's not that long till you get to go to Arizona.
Oh, I know. I'll be in warm weather soon. It's
Yeah.
like 40 some days.
So exciting. I'm
Yeah.
hoping to go to Denver in January to visit my cousin and her
Ooh.
soon to arrive, hopefully, new baby.
Little Phoebe. Are you gonna try to plan it so he's already here? Probably.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Because we'll go after the.
Are you
parents
gonna
visit.
take Grant?
Yes. We would.
When do you think? Oh, so I was talking to your mom about this. Your mom and I are having conversations about you. No, I just said something about we were talking about your birthday,
Mhm.
and I was like, wait. I was like, she hasn't been away from Grant. Have you spent a night without him?
No.
Oh.
Well, like he's like stayed in my mom's room, or my mom stayed here, but like not. I've always been in the same house.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that'll be hard, or do you think you'll be like, oh, this is nice?
I think it'll be a little bit hard, but like if Adam's the one with him, it's like.
That's true.
But
like
I honestly think it'd be hard if it was like he was at my mom's house or his mom's house. I'd just be like constantly checking in. But if it's like Adam is with him, it feels like part of me is with him or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, it might be a little hard. We'll see.
I'm trying to remember.
He might stay with us at the lake. I don't know.
Like when my sister-in-law like first had like left her little guys.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's gonna be hard whenever Adam and I like go away together and he's.
I think it'll be
but
good.
Good.
But it'll probably be hard.
Yes.
My mom left Elsa when she was 9 months to go to Kauai for 10 days. Or a week. 10 days a week, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was she still nursing?
I think she weaned her. That was you're done. Peace out.
Nice.
Hang loose.
See you, kid. Oh, that's funny. I mean, that's the difference between the fourth and the first.
Right. I didn't even get the goods.
Yeah.
My mom is still probably sad about that because
She's like, this is what I did wrong.
This is why JC is the way she is. No, just kidding.
She's
No, she
driven.
actually would say that.
She did tell me that she gave up nursing you too soon. Don't do that.
My mom's the most like brutally honest person you would be like. My mom doesn't sugarcoat a lot of things, so if you ask
I
her
love that about
something,
her.
it's like,
Here it is.
yep,
Anyways, well, we hope you enjoyed this episode.
yes.
Thank you for submitting your stories and all that.
We love to see it. It's always
Yes.
fun to like. I always sometimes forget like people are actually like listening
Listening?
that I wouldn't know, and
Yeah.
I'm like, ooh, who's gonna write in? Like,
Yeah.
what am I going to be able to read about?
Yes, I love it. It makes our episodes what they are. So thank you guys.
Thank you. We hope you guys are having a great Christmas season.
Yes.
Eating those sweets in moderation,
Yes. Staying on your routine.
but also have fun.
Yeah.
Do all the good things with friends and family. I'm making some gingerbread houses this next week. I'm excited.
Ooh, fun.
We'll keep you updated.
Check her Instagram or TikTok probably.
The tickety talk. Okay, love you guys. We will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Actually, what time is it? Because Be Real went off 9 minutes ago?
Wait, something happened.
No. What is that?
I don't know.
When did it cut off? Olivia.
How did I not see this at 2 minutes 50 seconds?
That's all we have recorded?
Well, we have the audio from the cameras.
Oh, do you think we can just use that?
Yeah, it's not going to sound as good, but we can use it.